Listen, will you please promise me you're going to kick this guy's ass and shut him up, please?
Hey, I will do just that for you.
Even years after his retirement, Mike Tyson's physique remained a topic of conversation, a testament to the incredible foundation built during his reign as heavyweight champion.
You have to remember that. My mother, I have to decimate her as well. This is business. It's just business. Nothing personal.
So when you brought your feelings into the ring, did that interfere with your ability to win?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Because once your feelings are in the ring, you think about, wow, I don't want to get hit, I'm this and that, and you're apprehensive. And once you're apprehensive, it's over with.
Now,
pictures of a ripped 50-year-old Tyson circulated online, prompting bewildered questions. How was this possible? What was the secret to his seemingly ageless physique? Those who witnessed Tyson in his prime spoke of a physical marvel. He wasn't just big, Evander Holyfield, Tyson's former rival, explained. He was dense muscle. Every punch felt like getting hit by a rock.
Give people here, because I see you as a very authentic, transparent, like, no, you're not putting any kind of like, you're Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Like, you're yourself.
I'm going to say something very simple. All of us have adversities in our life. We lose people and everything. But my situation was, I want to be up more than anybody in the world want me to be down. So that's why I'm right here talking to him. Because I don't let nobody bring me down. No one can bring me down. They can shoot me, they can put me in prison, but they can't stop me from being the greatest at what I do.
Lennox Lewis, another heavyweight legend who dethroned Tyson, added, his speed was unreal for his size. You'd see this mountain of a man moving like a middleweight, throwing punches with lightning-fast precision. The credit for sculpting this incredible physique went to Cus D'Amato, Tyson's legendary trainer. D'Amato believed in a blend of old-school techniques and innovative training methods. We didn't just lift weights, recalled Kevin Rooney, another of Tyson's trainers. We did endless calisthenics, jump rope drills, shadow boxing, anything to build explosive power and unmatched endurance. Tyson himself spoke about the grueling training sessions with a mix of respect and awe. It was brutal, he admitted in a recent interview. But Cus pushed me to my limits and beyond. He knew what I needed to be the best.
Well, listen, it's the whole day. The process goes through the whole day. I get up in the morning, do the road work. Then I go to the gym at 1. Then I go to the strength and conditioning guy.
The results were undeniable. Tyson's physique wasn't just about aesthetics. It was a weapon honed to perfection. His neck muscles were like tree trunks, said Bruce Buffer, the iconic UFC ring announcer who witnessed Tyson's dominance firsthand. It was intimidating, almost unnatural. But some boxing experts cautioned against romanticizing Tyson's physique. Don't forget the toll it took, said Angelo Dundee, a legendary trainer who worked with champions like Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. That kind of intense training puts a strain on the body. It might look impressive, but it can lead to injuries down the line.
They'll understand this. I have a fight coming up June 20th, okay? Right now, I'm scared to death. But the closer it gets to the fight, the least nervous I become. And once it gets where I step in that ring, then it's all over. I'm not nervous anymore. I'm not scared anymore. He's going to be nervous and scared.
However, when Tyson stepped out of retirement for an exhibition bout against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020, even skeptics were left impressed. At 54, Tyson still displayed flashes of his old power and surprising agility. He wasn't the same Tyson who knocked out Spinks in a round, said Roy Jones Jr. after the fight. But for a guy his age, he looked phenomenal. So, what was Mike Tyson's secret? It wasn't a magic formula, but a combination of factors. Years of relentless training under a skilled coach, coupled with a youthful metabolism and unwavering dedication, all played a role. But perhaps the most crucial element was Tyson's own mindset. I wanted to be the best, Tyson said simply. And that hunger, that burning desire, fueled every single workout, every drop of sweat I shed.
And if Mike's okay with that, then I'm okay with that. But I want Mike to be the one making this decision because I respect him as the legend. And if he puts me down, I can deal with that. But if I put him down, he needs to be the one making the decision on whether or not he can deal with that. But yes, I'm going in there, and now it's a pro fight. It's on my record, and I'm going to fucking put him down. And if people are pissed about it, then watch soccer. Go.
Whether his physique was a marvel of athleticism or a cautionary tale, one thing remained clear. Mike Tyson's dedication to physical conditioning left an indelible mark on the world of boxing. He showed what could be achieved through sheer hard work and unwavering focus, inspiring both awe and concern in equal measure. When news broke about a potential fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, the boxing world buzzed not just about the unusual matchup, but about a specific aspect of Tyson, his legendary aggression. This wasn't just any fighter stepping into the ring, it was Iron Mike, a name synonymous with ferocious knockouts and an intimidating presence. Boxing pros, from those who shared the ring with him to those who studied his fights, weighed in on what Tyson's aggression might mean for this potential bout. Evander Holyfield, the man who famously lost a part of his ear to Tyson's bite during their heated rivalry, spoke with a hint of trepidation. "Mike's aggression was unlike anything I'd ever faced," Holyfield said, shaking his head. "It wasn't just power, it was pure rage. He came at you like a man possessed, looking to dismantle you in the blink of an eye."
Yeah. So, Mike, what was the height of your career? Like, when you look at your 58 years, like, if you look back and scan 58, what was the highest point?
Losing to Buster Douglas.
Busted up. Are you always busted up?
No, probably I hurt my hand from training, but never from the fight.
But are you going into a fight with a busted hand?
No, I'm going in a fight with a winning spirit.
Lennox Lewis, another heavyweight legend who eventually dethroned Tyson, offered a more strategic perspective. His aggression was a double-edged sword, Lewis explained. It made him incredibly intimidating, but it could also be predictable. A smart fighter could exploit that raw emotion and lead him into traps. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., the Mexican boxing icon who dominated lighter weight classes during Tyson's reign, took a different approach. He was scary, sure, Chavez admitted, but that aggression could be a weakness too. It clouded his judgment sometimes, made him reckless. A well-placed counterpunch could turn the tide in a heartbeat.
The 45 today is 45 with testosterone replacement and human growth hormone and peptides.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Mike Tyson, yeah, he's 57, but he got access to
everything. And he's also doing this very unique kind of training with electrical muscular stimulation that I've talked to some people that do that, and it has massive benefits of rehabilitating injuries.
The potential dangers of Tyson's aggression were a major concern for many boxing experts. At his age, that kind of intensity can be risky, said Teddy Atlas, a renowned boxing trainer known for his defensive-minded approach. His body might not be able to handle the same punishment it could back in the day. One wrong move, and things could get serious.
A little bit, or something like that. I may just come in without jabbing and moving my head.
But dude, you were like undefeated for how long?
Well, you could be undefeated, but that don't mean you're the best.
Right. But you were the best.
It appeared to be, yeah.
You appeared to be.
Yes.
But goddamn, he was the best. Look, here's a guy that was the best, and he's saying, no, it appeared to be the best.
Well, listen.
But some, like George Foreman, the former heavyweight champion known for his own devastating knockout power, saw a different side to Tyson's aggression. It wasn't just blind rage, Foreman argued. There was a focus there, a determination to win at all costs. That's what made him so special, so captivating to watch. Even Mike Tyson himself acknowledged the role aggression played in his fighting style. "I wasn't afraid of anyone," he said in a recent interview, his voice still carrying the remnants of his Brooklyn upbringing. "I wanted to dominate, to break my opponent's will. The crowd craved that kind of energy, and so did I." However, some questioned whether Tyson, now in his 50s, could still muster the same level of aggression. Father Time is undefeated, Roy Jones Jr., a former champion who himself had a controversial exhibition bout with Tyson in 2020.
I'd rather have a few years of glory than a lifetime of obscurity. Yeah. I'd rather die 20 than live to be 60 and be nobody.
Yeah.
Pointed out, can he still tap into that same raw emotion? or will age and experience have mellowed him out? The answer, everyone agreed, would depend heavily on the format of the fight. An exhibition bout, with lighter gloves and shorter rounds, would likely see a more controlled Tyson, focused on showcasing his skills rather than raw power. A real fight, however, could see glimpses of the old Iron Mike, the fighter who thrived on chaos and intimidation. Ultimately, the question of Mike Tyson's aggression in this potential fight remained open. Would it be a destructive force, a danger to himself and his opponent? Or could it be channeled into a display of controlled power and strategic dominance? Only time and perhaps the fight itself would tell. Evander Holyfield, the man who twice battled Tyson and famously lost a part of his ear in their second encounter, spoke with a grimace. Toughest? There's no contest, Holyfield rumbled. He wasn't just strong, he was relentless. He'd come at you in waves, throwing punches with bad intentions, and you just had to weather the storm. Lennox Lewis, another heavyweight great who eventually dethroned Tyson, echoed Holyfield's sentiment.
Success and failure, and never quitting.
Failure never stops. You never stop failing, you never stop rising. It's just the way life is, up and down, up and down.
But do you think, yeah, but at the end is you're going up.
Yeah.
You're not really going down. Like,
no,
it's not a roller coaster.
Exactly.
You agree?
But this is what I've learned too from people. The distance from the Rolls Royce and the gutter is just one step. I could always make them a step. That one step could put me back in the gutter.
He was like a runaway train, Lewis admitted, shaking his head. You knew the impact was coming. You just hoped you could somehow get out of the way. His punches were like hammers, and he had the stamina to throw them all night. The sheer brutality of Tyson's fighting style left a lasting impression on those who witnessed it firsthand.
Because everybody needs to know how to do that.
Well, it starts off like this. You lose everything. Everybody you loved, everybody you thought you loved, and you start all over again. But this time, I'm starting with experience. Before I had no experience, so everything was like, wow, what can I say? It was really difficult. And I had to learn through that experience to start over. But now it's a whole different subject. I'm experienced now.
It wasn't pretty boxing, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., the Mexican legend who dominated the lighter weight classes during Tyson's reign, admitted. It was pure aggression, raw power, and an unyielding will to win. He'd take a punch to give two, and that kind of toughness is rare, almost scary.
Oh, really? Tell me about it.
Well, it's Ramadan. You know, we have 30 days fasting, praying, and no disrespectful stuff come out of your mouth and all that stuff. That's why I can't say what I'm going to do to Jake, really. Right now.
Okay. But you're going to be successful.
But
no, I think Mike Tyson knows more than Jake Paul will ever know.
Well, he might know more, but that doesn't. You might know more than Jake Paul, but
it does mean something. It means something because that's what he did as a living, and that's what he did as a living, and he was one of the greatest fighters in the world that ever did it.
Yeah, but he did it. Jake Paul does it. That counts for a lot too.
He does what?
He's a boxer, so he's current though.
How many boxers have you fought?
He's just got done fighting a boxer. He just got done fighting a boxer.
Exactly, 1, 2. He lost to one, and he beat.
His first 10 fights, he fought tougher people than Tyson fought his first 10 fights.
Yeah, sure did. He fought MMA fighters that don't know nothing about boxing.
Toughness wasn't Tyson's only defining characteristic. Many boxing experts believe him to be the hardest hitter boxing has ever seen. No question, said Bruce Buffer, the iconic UFC ring announcer who's seen countless knockouts. The way he transferred his body weight into his punches, it was like getting hit by a car. One shot, and it could be lights out. Trainers who witnessed Tyson's rise to dominance spoke of a fighter unlike any other.
He's 57, but he is strong. Like, his body just remembers how to fight. Like, Jake has been doing this for like only a few years. So if someone like started a few years ago with speed skating, they couldn't even participate in the World Championships. Like, that's not even possible.
Was the one who wanted it to be a pro fight. Mike got into training camp and called up people on my team, and we're like, let's do a pro fight. Is Jake down? Netflix was like, let's make it a pro fight. We're down. And I said to Nikisa, if that's what Mike wants, then that's fine. But make sure you tell Mike that there's no holding back. Whatever happens, happens, and this is war now.
He had a gift, Cus Amato, Tyson's legendary trainer, once said in a dusty interview clip. Raw talent, incredible speed, and a punching power that could shatter concrete. Kevin Rooney, another of Tyson's trainers, elaborated on the meticulous training that honed Tyson's natural gifts. We drilled him on technique, on focusing that power into pinpoint accuracy. It was a beautiful, terrifying thing to watch. However, some fighters, while acknowledging Tyson's undeniable power, offered a different perspective. He was devastating in his prime, said George Foreman, the former heavyweight champion, known for his own thunderous knockout power. But there was a risk-reward element to his style. He left himself open sometimes, looking for that one big punch. Floyd Mayweather Jr., the undefeated defensive maestro, offered a similar sentiment. He could knock anyone out cold, Mayweather admitted. But could he adapt? Could he adjust his style when opponents figured him out? That's the question mark some might have. Despite the questions and nuances, one thing remained crystal clear. Mike Tyson was, and still is, a boxing anomaly. His combination of toughness, relentless aggression, and bone-crushing punching power left an indelible mark on the sport. Even today, his name evokes a sense of awe and a reminder of the gladiator-like nature of boxing in its rawest form.
He's a knockout guy. I mean, and if Tyson trains for this fight and really get in tip-top shape, you know, I mean, and take this fight serious, I think Jake Paul's going to get hurt.
While the novelty factor was undeniable, boxing purists were quick to declare Paul's chances of winning a complete fantasy. Here's why the odds were overwhelmingly stacked against the young social media star. The most glaring disparity was experience. It's like comparing a toddler to a seasoned warrior, said Teddy Atlas, a renowned boxing trainer known for his no-nonsense approach. Tyson dominated the heavyweight division for years. Paul has fought a bunch of influencers. There's no comparison.
Yeah, he's gonna be like a caged animal, just pissed the fuck off,
just ready to sock and
what's
nut.
Weird
full
is
of nut, full of nut and
full of nut.
Anger, just sock and nut is all he know.
But I for me, I can't do that. Like, I don't fight good angry. Like, I fight good when I'm literally trolling and having fun and dancing and relaxed.
When there's
Evander Holyfield, who twice battled Tyson and emerged victorious once, echoed the sentiment. Experience is everything in the ring, Holyfield rumbled. Tyson knows how to handle pressure, how to adjust his strategy mid-fight. Paul is a novice stepping into a lion's den. Even when it comes to raw skills, experts saw a vast gulf between the two. Tyson was a technical marvel, said Sugar Ray Leonard, a legendary welterweight champion known for his dazzling speed and footwork. His punches were lightning fast, perfectly timed. Paul throws wild swings. He's a work in progress at best.
We didn't have judgment on ourselves or as others. You could just run around the playground and scream and yell. Bro, that's why you hear me going around the fucking house, making noises all day long.
Be barking and like...
That's my new thing, is the seal.
Every day.
Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., the Mexican boxing icon, offered a different perspective. Skill can be learned, Chavez said. But what Paul lacks is something you can't teach. Heart. Tyson has the heart of a champion. He's been in the trenches, stared down defeat, and come back stronger. Can Paul handle that kind of pressure?
Speed, the ferocity, is something else. We'll reconnect with Rafael in a moment.
Mike Tyson's coach is certain that he is going to knock out Jake Paul brutally. The biggest concern, however, was the sheer difference in power. Tyson was a walking knockout machine, said George Foreman, the former heavyweight champion known for his own devastating knockout power. One punch, and it was good night. Paul might be athletic, but he's never faced anything close to that kind of force. Floyd Mayweather Jr., the undefeated defensive maestro, offered a slightly optimistic view for Paul. Look, anything can happen in boxing, Mayweather admitted. A lucky punch, a slip-up, you never know. But the odds are heavily stacked against Paul. Tyson's power is legendary.
You told me once at your house, I didn't finish the story. I said, Mike, what made the difference? And you said, a mentor.
Absolutely. Without a mentor, if you have a bad mentor, you have you're going to be a bad student. If you have a good mentor, you have a good student. That's what I believe.
And had you not had cuss, had cuss not come along?
No, it's never. It can't be like if I didn't have it. It was meant by God. It's not going to happen. I don't even think like that. No, this is what happened. I don't look at myself as failing. If I wasn't with cuss, I'm going to fail.
But would there have been somebody else?
No, I'm ordained by God to meet the master.
Even some of Paul's supporters acknowledged the uphill battle he faced. "He's got guts, I'll give him that," said Sergio Martinez, a former world champion known for his relentless pressure fighting style. But this fight is a mismatch. Tyson might be older, but his punching power doesn't fade overnight.
The burning inferno inside you, you can't replicate that.
They don't understand that. I don't know. You know, a lot of stuff shame inspires a lot of success.
The potential format of the fight, whether an exhibition or a professional bout, could offer a glimmer of hope for Paul. "Exhibition rules with lighter gloves might favor Paul a bit," said Roy Jones Jr., a former champion who himself had a controversial exhibition bout with Tyson in 2020.
That's the two biggest things, but the third is that we know what Tyson fights like. So interestingly enough, with a lot of my opponents, there's not tons of footage. So for a lot of those camps, I couldn't prepare for Nate Diaz because there's no footage of Nate Diaz boxing. Yeah, we know he's a southpaw. Yeah, we know he's going to come forward. But what specifically is he good at in the sport of boxing? We didn't know. So with Mike Tyson, there's hours and hours of footage out there. Sure, some of it's from when he's young, but it's the same style. So we know exactly what he's going to do, which is to our advantage because we can train for those specific things to have counters built in, which also is fun because we've, again, never really had that.
But even then, Tyson's experience and ring IQ would be a major advantage. Ultimately, the overwhelming consensus among boxing pros was that Jake Paul had next to no chance of winning against Mike Tyson. The gulf in experience, skill, power, and mental fortitude seemed insurmountable. It remained to be seen if this fight would even materialize, but one thing was certain. If it did, it would be a spectacle fueled more by curiosity than any real sporting merit. Don't let the bell ring on you missing out. Hit that like button to let us know you're hyped for this fight, and subscribe to stay in the ring with us for all the Tyson versus Paul updates. We've got some knockout content coming your way.